Look at this course.
Okay.
This is bonkers. Hey everyone, and welcome back. So I'm sitting here in a hotel room in Hurricane, Utah, which is in the southwest corner of the state. And tomorrow morning, starting at 6 a.m., I hit the trails and we'll be running 100 kilometers or 62 miles through Zion National Park. Now I've got to tell you, the drive up here today was about 4 hours from Flagstaff, and it was just spectacular. I mean, it was up towards Page, along the mountains, and then the open high desert, and then turning west and basically skimming along the Utah-Arizona border north of the Grand Canyon in sort of the Kaibab National Forest area, which is this beautiful 7,500 foot elevation pine forest, just absolutely stunning. And then when you come down off that plateau, you're greeted by these distant, amazing views of Zion National Park. It was just, wow, it was mind-blowing. So needless to say, I am really excited to get out there and just see the park and experience like a part of the country that I've never actually seen before. So yeah, I'm jazzed, and I don't plan to bring the GoPro with me on the run, but I am gonna probably bring my phone, and I'll get some footage with the phone. So that's the plan. I'm all settled in. I got my number, and you know, my drop bags are all good, and picked up all my information. Everything's laid out and ready for my 4 a.m. wake up call tomorrow. So yeah, that's the plan. I'm excited, and I'm definitely not in the best shape of my life, that's for sure, but I don't care. You know, I still managed to get in a few good long runs and a few good long rides, and you know, the goal for tomorrow is to just finish and enjoy myself. And if I could finish in under 15 hours, I think I'd be ecstatic. But you know, I think the cutoff is something like 17 or 19 or something like that. I got to look that up actually. But that's it. I'll see you guys out on the course, and no matter what happens, I'll at least try to get some photos, or at least kind of give you a video race report from the day. So this is it, my first real race since last June when I did the Bighorn 100. So yeah, I'm excited. So that's it. See you out on the course. All right, at the start of the race here, we got about 30 minutes till showtime, and I already had a big scare this morning because I forgot that even though I'm only 5 miles across the border in Utah, Arizona doesn't do daylight savings, and so they're actually an hour ahead here. So I set my alarms for 4 a.m., but it's really 5 a.m. So I would have actually missed the start had I not just woken up on my own and noticed that the time was an hour off. So yeah, with that out of the way, I'm good. Everything's ready to go. Stress avoided, and I'm looking forward to some fun times on the trail. But I will say also that because of the hour difference, I am actually going to need a headlamp for the start. I didn't think I was going to need one, but because, you know, it's so much darker now, I will need to use a torch. So glad I brought an extra one. All right, here we are at the start. People mulling around, getting some coffee. 10 minutes till showtime. It's surprisingly cold out. All right, guys, 8 minutes. Not a bad sunrise. Whew. What just happened? What? Come on now. That's just not right. Look at this trail. What? Man, that is right off the edge. Ooh. Look at this course.
Okay.
This is bonkers. Oh. What? All right, just just went through the 18-mile aid station and they're cranking Beastie Boys. And now we start the 2,000-foot descent. Going down to the valley floor. You can see the truck down there. We got it to drop all the way to the bottom. Wow. Wild. Absolutely wild. Yeah, this is pretty steep. Pretty steep drop. And much rockier. Whew. You can see how far down the runners already are. This is crazy. It doesn't look real. I mean, that just doesn't look real. This is like on par with, you know, like the Grand Canyon. It is very, very spectacular. God, look at that. I mean, whew. All right, we have just hit the halfway point, 31.5 miles. And we're right at the edge of this little canyon. It's very cool, but it's very hot. We're down in the valley now and it's just cooking. So I'm looking forward to getting back up on the plateau. That's still another 7 or 8 miles from now. But quite lovely still. And there's water down there. Crazy. So there's a couple miles on the course where you're literally on a sidewalk next to a highway. Not super ideal, very hot, but thankfully it's only for like another mile. And then we start up the big climb over there, back up high. That's gonna be like 1,500 feet of climb in a mile or something ridiculous. So should be fun. I just want to get out of the sun. All right, here we go. I gotta go up that. This is the big climb, mile 38. And of course, it's the hottest time of the day. It's like 3 p.m. Good God. Why do I do these things again? Oh man, when I'm not baking in the sun, climbing 1,500 feet, it's actually pretty fun. But right now, not so much. Ask me in an hour. Okay, made it to the top of the climb. And we're on a road. And this is nice, it's flat. And I can walk a bit and let my food digest, cool off. But man, that was miserable. That was really bad. It was like 1,400 feet in a mile or something ridiculous. And it's so steep and my legs were cramping. Oh, it's just bad. But things are looking good now. We're, I don't know, like 39 or something. So we still got 20 plus miles to go, but at this rate I could pretty much hike it in if I wanted to. So I'm just gonna take my sweet time. Take my sweet time with the food in my belly. And then once I feel a little bit better, I'm gonna start trotting again here. But I'm just so glad that that damn climb is over with. I'll tell you, I'm like interested to see what it looks like when I upload my run track. It's gonna be like a wall. Oh my God. Anyway, why do I do this again? Because look at that view out there. It's amazing. So anyway, signing off. All right, we got less than 10 to go and the sun is setting at 53 and change. And I gotta go to 62. So finishing up this little loop, and then I go out on the road and then do another small loop And then it's like 3 miles back to the finish line. So, man, I had a pretty rough day after mile 30. So, yeah. All right, back in my car, successfully finished. Man, the last 20 miles was brutal. Really had a tough day, really tough, and not sure that I would do this event again despite the beautiful nature of the course. I just really struggled. Yeah, the heat was really bad and the climbs really bad, and I just, yeah, really hard time. But thankfully I found someone to share the last 7 or 8 miles with, and we just kind of talked and traded stories, and I was able to kind of get my mind off the mileage. So, but Zion is amazing. And now I'm sitting in my car warming up, and I've got an ice cream cone. This is what I picked for my meal. We got free meal tickets, and they were like, do you want a chicken sandwich? Do you want a pizza? And I was like, no, I want ice cream. So yay. But that's it. That's all I have. I think I need to reflect a little bit about my experience today, but definitely came in very slow. You know, I was hoping to get around 15 hours and I finished in 17 and change. So I was 2 hours slower than I wanted to be, but it's okay. I finished, and I was still fast enough to get a qualifier for the Western States 100, which is part of the reason I did this race. So all good. And my voice is kind of shot just from the dry air, but now I'm going to go drive up into the pine forest and find a spot to take a nap in my car. So that's it. Thank you guys. And yeah, I think I need to process this one before I share my thoughts on it. So all right, back home safe and sound. It is 4 days later after the run, and my legs are basically back to normal, and I'm just hanging out here with my doggo and enjoying this beautiful evening here in Flagstaff. It's sunny and warm, and I just wanted to put this little epilogue together to say thanks for following along. And now that I've had a few days to kind of reflect on the run, I think I could see myself going back as long as I'm in better shape, because I think ultimately, while the heat did have some major impacts on my performance, I think it was just the lack of fitness that was really compounded. And, you know, I was fine until mile 40 or so. It was just those last 20 miles that put me over, and lost about 2 hours of time in there. So yeah, it took me about 17 hours to finish. So, but yeah, I mean, the sights and just the views, primo. Highly recommended. So, and the race organizers did a pretty good job, I would say, as well. Aid stations were pretty good. Drop bags were good. Post-race food was great, and it just seemed like overall it was one of the better races I've done. I've definitely done worse races, way less organized, we'll say. But that's it. Got something else already planned for this weekend that was sort of ad hoc. It completely random, just came up at the last minute. We'll be going up to the Grand Canyon this weekend, not for a rim to rim, although it's tempting, but instead I'm going to be doing a 60-mile bike ride, so another 100K, along the East Entrance Road. So it's basically just like 30 miles out, 30 miles back, with views down into the Grand Canyon and vista points like the Watchtower and Duck on a Rock and all these like really well-known famous places. So that's what's on the agenda for this weekend. That and catching up on grading papers and such. So anyway, thanks so much. Take care, be safe, and I will see you in the next video.